Hey guys, and welcome back to the York City series. This is episode 5, and today we've got the January transfer window, including one striker leaving for £50 million. We've also got 2 live games, Burnley and Everton, and yes, tactical changes again. Before we jump into episode itself, please do subscribe, click the bell button to get alerts for when there's new episodes go live, and give us a thumbs up if you enjoy the video. It really helps the channel. Okay guys, let's quickly get you all caught up to date. We've played more than a month since that Manchester City victory, and we have switched from the narrow attacking system to something a little bit wider initially. That was for the Watford, Fulham and Arsenal games. All fine performances, but again, I was not comfortable fully with the tactic. It didn't really suit the team. So for the for the Fleetwood game, we switched to this rather random looking Christmas tree. Despite playing a weakened 11, we beat Fleetwood 5-0, but this was proving to be a honeymoon period for the new system. It carried on into the Newcastle game, which we won 4-0, and some of the play was reminiscent of the narrow system, with the likes of Todorovic running through the middle and able to pick out a pass to score, with Capadonna coming in from inverted wing-back. Likewise, down the wing from Denea, picking out Rodriguez making his late run from AMC as well. However, that soon stopped come the West Brom game. We drew 1-1 and we had a shed load of chances of which were not taken. That really did concern me. Look at that, 34 shots, 17 on target, 5 clear-cut chances, and yet we only scored 1 goal. The other issue is how much my strikers had dried up. So, for the Brighton game, we switched one last time, this time to a 4-4-2. It's Naps Beowulf, and I've used this system before, and he's recently updated it for the new patch, so in theory it should work. The other reason I wanted to switch was looking at the squad depth. Switch from that, sorry. Look at all those 4 stars there. Plenty of 3-star options, which will only increase as new players come in, and likewise in midfield and defence. We've just got good depth throughout the team for that system. It just made sense, and I was also quite happy that the 2 up front would mean we'd get more goals for the strikers. I just love watching a striker score goals. Ever since the days of Shearer, Ferdinand, Asprilla, Beardsley, I am a Newcastle fan. That was the sort of football I loved watching, and I'd love to emulate it with York City. So before we catch up with the last few games in the schedule, guys, an update on what happened in January. We signed this guy here, Fabrizio Moya Morales. We did pay 20 million. That's only because it's the only way of getting him a work permit. And I desperately needed another striker to sit alongside Salcedo, Lara and Louis. This guy's got pace, agility and balance. He reminds me a little bit of Werner on that side. We need to get that anticipation up. But he's great off the ball, finisher, dribbler, and good from free kicks with good technique. I'm quite excited about that because we haven't got a free kick specialist as yet. And my other signing was Alexander Mukhamatishin. Mukhamatishin? How do you pronounce that? Can anyone tell me? I'm going to call him Alex because that is going to be hard work, or just Muck. We will see. And he's nothing other than exceptional. Determination, technique and agility are the outstanding attributes there. We only paid 875 grand to Dynamo Zagreb. We caught them at the right time, just as they had their intake, maybe a couple of weeks after, I think it was, and we were the first ones through the door to pick him up. He'll probably play as deep line playmaker for me. Seems to have a good attribute mix for that, but I could use him as attacking midfielder if I need to in a separate system. Then the third and final transfer that we made is actually not even got a work permit yet. We've had to loan him out. It's Roberto Lopez. He's gone to Girona in Spain because it only takes them 2 years to get a work permit when they get Spanish nationality. I paid 240 grand, so it seemed like a good piece of business. Even if we can't get a work permit from eventually, we can sell him on for a profit. He came from a team in Honduras, and he'd be a good deep line playmaker, I think. And the reason I want to show you those January transfers is it's very relevant for the next game. We came up against Brighton and absolutely whitewashed them 7-2. This is with the new system, and Cavalier scored on the 10th minute before Salcedo added a second. Fabrizio Moya Morales scored 4 goals. One of them was a penalty, but still, 4 goals on his full debut. I was absolutely over the moon. And Alex, or Muck, however you want to call him, he also got on the score sheet as well. So really happy with their performances, and especially considering it was away from home. We then went and beat Watford 4-0. Lara got on the score sheet with 2 goals, so my strikers were back scoring. That is the main thing. We beat Reading 4-0 in the Cup with a weakened 11. Morales got a further 2 goals to add to the 4 he got in the previous game. Before we went and beat Newcastle in the second leg of the League Cup 2-0, going through on aggregate 6-0, and we will play Wolverhampton Wanderers in the final of the League Cup. You'll get to see that live at some point. So yeah, that's you all caught up with the schedule. Let's jump into the live games. The first one is against Burnley. Guys, I've got to come clean. I was clicking continue last night coming up to the transfer deadline day, and this popped up in newsfeed. Eddie Salcedo had an offer from Tottenham. It was only about 20 odd million to start with, so I thought I'll get it up to 50 million overall and that'll put him off. Unfortunately, they accepted. He's been sold, so he has left the club. I needed a replacement because we need 4 strikers, and I noticed Agresta within my shortlists may come for less than 40 million. He's a really good player. We mentioned him before because we came up against him when we played Lyon and he plays for Manchester United. We also played him back when we were in the Championship. All-round striker, he's fast, he can jump, good off the ball, good flair. He's just my sort of all-round player. His only weakness really is in his crossing. So he's quite an exciting signing. He's on a lot of money, probably more than I'd want, about 70 grand a week I think it is. However, we didn't really have a choice. There weren't any other options. So going into the Burnley game, Agresta's going to be on the bench instead of Salcedo. And to be honest, it's an upgrade. And we've actually gained about 14 million money-wise. So I think a good piece of business in the end. We would never have got that sort of value for Salcedo if I'd been trying to offer him out, for instance, when we eventually want rid of him. Which, in all fairness, is going to happen at some point soon anyway. So let's just quickly get this team talk done. Passionately tell them all I have faith in them. And you're about to see the new system in action. The new 4-4-2. Todorovic moves it forward. Lara out wide. Get the ball in. Nearly. Intercepted. It's back to Cavalier from right back. Good tackle from Burnley. Cavalier. Cross in. Louis. Is that allowed? Get in. 1-0. 2 minutes, 39 seconds into the game, and we have the lead, boys. We have the lead. Bit of a scrappy goal, but as you can see, loads of bodies in the box. You've got both strikers, and the winger is going towards the back post with the central midfielders supporting as well. That's why I like the system, because we do have an attacking team overall. Todorovic is playing as a box-to-box midfielder, but really is an attacking midfielder. So it suits us quite well. Next highlight, we've got Herbert to Todorovic. Out wide. No, he's going on his own. That would have been a great goal. Could do with increasing Todorovic's long shots and finishing, to be fair. I think he'll really benefit from that. Good tackle from Burnley. Louis picked it up though. Get the ball in. Lara. Wow. Those two link up time and time again. We'll have a look in a second, but I think that's probably Louis well into double digits for assists. That's going to bug me if I don't have a look. Yeah, 11 assists in all competitions this season, and we're only just at the halfway point. Right, Muck, unfortunately, has a tight thigh. That's really bad news, because that can be a nasty injury. Let's get him off. I don't want him getting injured, he's only just joined. As Muck plays it back out to Todorovic. In it comes. Ooh, Sagnier can't head for shit, so we miss. As Sagnier picks the ball up, he moves inside. He may be playing winger role, but he does naturally cut inside as one of his traits. So that's something that might be an issue to look at in the future. And we've scored. Herbert. It's Capadonna from the corner and a great header from the towering centre-back. Second goal of the season for Lewis Herbert. And Capadonna has a ridiculous amount of assists. We'll have a look at that at the end of the game, I think. Yeah, 10 assists in all competitions from 24 games. It's almost an assist every other game. That isn't bad going. Free kick. Looks like Gorka standing over it, is it? No, it's Lara. Herbert and Rodriguez. Should have done better with that. Should have done better. Right, we are going to bring on the new striker, Stefano Agresta. I think Gorka can come off as well for Denea, possibly. Actually, no. We need to be careful here because I've actually got my right back and my left back both injured at the moment. Left back mainly, so we'll have Capadonna off. Munier, we've had quite a lot of transfer offers for. Just before I was coming to this game, actually, off screen. Only for small amounts because he's out of contract at the end of the season. But we're going to hold on to him because we'll need him due to Horvath being injured. Strickland, ooh, he tried the effort from outside the box, but his long shots aren't great, so it goes wide. Munier to Sagnier. Strickland picks it up. The Aussie's got the ball. Sagnier, Agresta scores on his debut. This kid is going to be a legend. The idea is I'm going to use Stefano Agresta along with Morales in the Champions League, I think, at least for the easier games. So I can leave Lara and Louis, who have already formed a really good partnership for the Premier League. We're currently 4 points clear at the top, and this will probably send us 7 points clear. But I believe Liverpool and Man City had a game in hand. Todorovic gives the ball away. That was a terrible pass. What we're doing there, I don't know. Isaac, oh, good save, and Herbert brings the ball out. 4-0, really good performance. Couple of clear-cut chances. We've had more possession than we'd usually expect, 57%, so that's a nice change. And in these games where we dominate, we'll probably start seeing more highlights, like we have done here, due to the fact that we are going to have more of the ball. So that finishes 4-0. Brilliant. 7 points clear, and that is level on games now. So excellent performance from the boys. We'll move on swiftly to the next game, away to Everton. Okay, boys, Everton away. We are top of the table, game in hand, 4 points clear. Everton, meanwhile, are 17th on 21 points, struggling to battle relegation. We're going to go with a similar side to what we did in the last game. I'm very tempted to play Agresta after he scored off the bench, but I'm not going to keel to that. We'll probably use him off the bench yet again, I would say. Louis and Lara have got such a great connection up front. I want to keep that partnership together and maybe build up Morales and Agresta's partnership as we go forward. Right, passionately tell them that we're the favourites for a reason. Let's kick it off. Should be winning this game. Yes, we are away from home, but we're by far the better team. And the first highlights to us with Carvalho. Easy pick out from Pickford. Ball forward. Emre Moore. Out to Richarlison. Christ, he must be getting on now. Blancard. Out to Barton, the regen. Back through to Nascimento. Blancard. They're obviously playing a passing game. Good tackle though. Rhodes. Ball's played back into the middle. Blancard again. Richarlison. They're not really doing a lot with it, are they? But we are pressing quite well, and then they're in. They scored. Morris passed the way through there. Now, this is a pressing system, high press. What you can see going on here is they are moving the ball around very nicely, which is basically going to open us up if we're not careful. So I might need to change the system up and possibly tell them to regroup and not press so hard. But we'll wait. We'll give it a bit. We're only 10 minutes in. Sagnier. Ball's back to Richarlison. Good tackle. Herbert. Stella. Capadonna. Todorovic. Muck. Yeah, not much happening there. Rodriguez. Get it out wide. Or run yourself. Rodriguez. Get it in. Lara. There we go. No need to panic, lads. No need to panic. Good header there. Heading is not his main strength, Lara, but he got on the end of that very well. It's a nice little run there from Rodriguez. He does have 19 for pace. He's not the most skillful player, but he's quite agile as well, so tends to work very much in our favour with him playing from that right MR position. Nascimento, well out. Foyth. Get your foot in. Right, we're on the counter now. Capadonna, the left back. Number of options. Is he going to pick the right one? Takes on his man. Ooh, great save from Pickford. Capadonna thinks he's Maradona. Carvalho. Rodriguez. Nah, didn't know what to do with the ball there, did he? Richarlison. Rodriguez could go in the book for that, but no, we got away with it. Luckily, it wasn't Todorovic making the challenge, or he may have gone off. Carvalho. Muck. Out wide to Stella. Stella. Oh, God. Stella again. Muck. They keep just camping out and then trying to hit us on the counter. I am tempted to change the strategy though, because that's their plan. They're sitting back and then they're hitting us on the counter. They can't do that if we switch to something more cautious. Moving the ball forward. What's he going to do? Hit it straight to the keeper. Right, I've seen enough. Let's get Todorovic off purely because he's been booked. I'm going to have Louis off for Agresta. And I'm actually going to bring Lara off as well. No, I'm not. No, talking rubbish. Let's have Sagnier off because I've not been overly impressed with him. Chevalier can come on. He's more of a natural winger. He'll stick down that side rather than cutting inside. And hopefully feed one of the strikers. Todorovic is through though before he gets subbed and Lara misses a sitter. Ah dear. There's not a lot you can do about that. Should have scored. Capadonna. Muck. Onto Foresti. Foresti with the ball over the top. Lara's in. You useless twat. Herbert. Carvalho. Rodriguez. Agresta. Second game of the season. Oh, Rodriguez. Come on. Corner. Capadonna with the corner. In it goes. Herbert could rise, but he couldn't get his header on target, and they're countering. How on earth has that happened? How did that happen? I've got players back. Right, let's tell them, demand more. We're absolutely bossing this game, but they just keep coming back at us on the counter-attack. Carvalho, ball over the top. Muck. Capadonna. Foresti. Back to Muck. We're dilly-dallying here. Come on, lads. Nice ball up top. Lara again. Fucking hell. What are you doing, you pile of shit? I've had offers of 50 odd million for that lad. Starting to think I should probably have accepted it. That's maybe a little unfair. He has scored 20 odd goals this season, but Jesus Christ, he's been shocking today. Absolutely shocking. Muck. Forward to Agresta, to Lara. Lara. Foresti. He's in again. Oh my God, how many more chances do we need? That's 4 clear-cut chances now. 22 shots, 12 on target. And they're going to score, aren't they? Great tackle. What a last-ditch tackle that was. Corner, Carvalho. Caught us out again on that corner kick. Good last-ditch tackle. Something we're going to have to look at going forward, I think. Capadonna. All round, that was shite. 23 shots, 12 on target, 5 clear-cut chances. They had 4 clear-cut chances, but 2 or 3 of them came from that corner over the top. Again, that is something we're going to have to address, I think. I'm not going to say it was a tough result to take. It was shite. Simply put, not good enough. As for Lara, if I could give you an individual bollocking, I would. Most of those clear-cut chances were Lara, in behind. Chevalier's out for 2 to 3 weeks. That isn't ideal, but we can handle it. I'll give Rodriguez some praise because he did play well, but the rest of them were awful. So let's jump into it. Where is Lara? See, I can't really bollock him because he's still got a 7.1. If I do, he's just going to get upset and pissy about it. Right, guys, we're top of the table by 5 points. That'll be it for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching. As I always say, please do subscribe and click the bell if you haven't done already to see future episodes. And give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this episode. It'd be much appreciated and helps the channel greatly. Okay, chaps, the next one will be episode 6. And I think we're going to come back for the Champions League against Real Sociedad. and the League Cup final. So not very long before we have those 2 games. And we're probably going to dive straight into them because there won't be any games to catch up on. So please join me then. See you later, gents.